What's up, people of YouTube? I'm back again. Put another video out here on this same fridge. It's been helping a lot of people out. So I'm going to give you an update. We all know that this is the Samsung piece of junk that literally just piece of junk. Samsung RF28HMED BSR. The side-by-side with the ice maker up in the top. So the first video I put out, I was showing you how to put it into forced defrost. So when it ices up. So I'm going to give you an update here what's going on with mine. I haven't done it in probably a month now. But it's been working a little better. But you have to keep up on it and keep checking it. Because if you don't and you let it die out, it just goes to junk. So literally this weekend I worked on a customer's fridge at their house. She said the ice maker wasn't working. I was like, okay. So I went to look at it, part of the job. And I opened it up. I looked at the front of it. And I saw the same. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I told her, you know what the funny thing is? I just put a video on YouTube and it's been helping everybody out. And she believed me. She's like, oh my gosh. She watched the video. So anyway, I get a lot of people commenting on, I can't get the ice maker out. So what I would do is, first things first, back to what we talked about before in the last video I had. Freezer and lighting. Now there are some that have the different, like the one I worked on this weekend, it had, I can't remember exactly. But anyway, pretty much right here, this spot and this spot in the middle. Freezer and lighting together. Okay, we're in diagnostic mode now, so just press lighting button. FF, in the manual, it says that it's override. Oh, I was reading it today because I had someone comment, what is FF? What's OF? Those two you don't need to worry about. They're mainly like a manual override. So RD, what that does is it puts the refrigerator into defrost only. Okay, so if your coil on the back is frozen up inside the back of the refrigerator, that only turns on the defrost heater for that. When you put it into... I gotta go back into it. Right now I'm in defrost for the fridge only. Let's go back to my program. Hold down freezer and lighting together. That beeping means that the refrigerator defrost is only heating. So if I go to the FD, now that's going to turn on the freezer defrost heater up in the ice maker and the refrigerator defrost. So they're both turning on at the same time. There's not one or the other. It's either refrige or both. That's how it's set up. So I went out. Let's go back into it again. Hold down freezer and lighting together for about 8 seconds or so. So as it's beeping right now, my freezer is defrosting and the refrigerator defrost is on. So when you do this, it's turning on the defrost heater in the fridge too. So you should know that. Don't do it too long because then your temperature will start dropping on the food. So I get a lot of people asking me, well, I can't get it out. So mine's been coming out okay. So if it gets stuck like that, what I would do is don't do it too much, but just put a blow dryer, put it on low heat. See if you can shoot it in there to get that iced up while the defrost heater is running, because that's going to keep it, you got to melt the ice out. So the one I did this weekend, if you saw this baby, it was so bad. It hadn't worked in like 3 years. So you can see up inside there, let me see, get my light on. That's my ice buildup as about maybe a month now, I think it is, last time I did it. So I got ice in there, it's working. So I'm going to show you how to pull it apart. So if it gets super iced up, remember, let me see on the video. Are you getting a good shot in there? Let me get a little bit closer. Okay. Is that good? All right. So to get the ice maker out, what you're going to do is pull this through. Oh, and then I think I didn't mention this in the last video. There's a reset button here on the side. If you press that, hear that chime? That's resetting the ice maker. Now what that would do is if the ice is stuck in there and the little blades, it will reset it and recirculate it and start it over. But if it's frozen up, those blades aren't going to turn, so you need to thaw it out. So I would do that after you get it all thawed out. Hit the reset, start it over. So I'm going to show you how to do this. There's a screw here. And all this does is covers the electrical connections. Pull this thing back. There we go. Cover comes off. I encourage you guys to turn this off when you're doing this. So, I'm an animal, so here we go. So anyways, you know what the heck. Let's turn it off. Let's turn my defrost off. Because right now, it's not that bad. So I can pull the whole ice maker out. Okay, I'm in test mode. Off. Now, once the beeping's done and the screen's black, hold it down again. That way we exit diagnostic mode. Okay, back to normal now. Okay, so we're going to say I turned the fridge off. I unplugged it, power's off. Let's just go that way to be on the safe side. Okay, so this is the connector here for the ice maker itself. I'm going to pull this connection out. I got my tripod set up finally, so I'm like, yeah. Okay, so we're going to pull that out. Now, up in the top here, so it's a little icy. I probably should let it go a little more. But anyway, there's a screw right in here. Phillips head. We're going to take this guy out. Okay. Then, oops, did I turn? My bad, my bad. Number 2. Hang on a second here. There we go. Okay, there's a plastic clip down the bottom here. We're going to pull this thing back, and this trough is going to come down. So we'll just push this little snoop thing back. Ugh. It's kind of iced up. There we go. Now that's going to come down, okay? Once that's down, this is where we pull the ice maker out. Up on the top here, there's a clip. Push down, ice maker will come out. Now, if you look inside, you see that metal rod? That is the coil that turns on the freezer to freezes, and it's the heater for the defrost, so it's a dual unit. Do not break that. That goes straight into the back of the fridge. So you can bend it down a little bit. But don't go too much. So we're going to pull this down. Pull that out. And, see? You be very careful. There we go. Pull it out. And okay. Sometimes when there's a little bit of ice buildup, yeah, see there's ice in the back there. Way in the back. It's kind of building up around the outside. So I'm going to show you one thing too is, once you get that out, what I would do is take a blow dryer, just kind of go in there a little bit and heat it up. Put a towel underneath so it collects all the drippings. He's going to be nice to me today. Come on. Come on. Okay, yeah, it's that ice in the back. So, okay, now, once I get that out, there we go. Go slow. There we go. So now we're coming out. Now, you see this bar? Pull this down a little bit, but do not bend it out. Just go down a little bit, enough where this guy will come out. You see this? It's catching on the bottom here, on the bottom of the ice maker. You want to make sure that doesn't get stuck. So pull this out this way, and there it is. There's your ice maker, okay? So the water comes in and fills up into here in the top. So this thing gets all iced up and frozen up. So if you look back in the back there, see where that coil's at? Back in the freezer. Now, there's another jack here. You want to disconnect this. I don't know if I can kind of zoom in there. Yeah. Okay, so that back in the back there is That's your motor assembly. So on the bottom, there's a clip. This clip pulls up, and this whole unit will come out. But you want to unplug the connector here for the drive unit. See that? Okay, undo that. Pull this wire out. Okay. See that silicone in there? I'll show you that. That's one of the other tricks too. So when I had this fridge, the Geek Squad dudes came out 3 times. They put an ice maker in it twice, tried to say that was bad, which is a bunch of crap because even after that, it still had the problem. So once the fridge was out of warranty, I was on my own. Okay, so you can see how it's starting to freeze now. It's getting cold. So I probably should turn the fridge off. So anyways, see all that ice build up in the back there? So anyway, this plastic clip here on the bottom, that pulls out, and then this whole thing, gosh, if I can come out, it's iced up in there. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, it's iced up. I need to thaw it out more. So anyways, I'll make it simple. Back inside here, can you kind of see in there? Okay, back in the very back, right here, there's a cooling fan in that box. This ice needs to all get cleared out. See all that ice is blocked up? Right here is a passage flow, and what happens is, when that builds up with ice, the cooling fan inside there can't circulate the air in there, and that's when it gets frozen up. So make sure that cooling fan is working when it's on. So yeah, I need to get this thing. See how it's freezing right now? I'm on because the unit's on, so it's cooling. So if you take that blow dryer, unplug your fridge while you're doing this, and I wish I could get this right now, but there should be an open spot. Right now, that fan in the back is probably not going because the airflow is not flowing through that. So thaw it out, blow dry it, get it all cleared out. While that's all out, remember, just pull this little hook up, unplug that, and this whole motor assembly comes out. It just slides right out. And then clean it all up, double check it. But one of the fixes with this thing is I don't know if you can kind of see it. See that light shining through there? What happens is, like I said originally in my last video, is because these stupid things are in the refrigerator, it sucks the air, the warmer air from the fridge in through this gap on the bottom here. So if you don't have this area siliconed, it will suck air in. You want to be able to look around, shine up to the top, mainly on the bottom right here. You can see the light shining through. See that? It's clear silicone in there. It's sealed right now. But that's part of the big thing is why these things do this, is because it sucks that hotter air in the fridge into that, melts the ice, and it eventually drips and drips. So when it finally builds up and builds up and builds up as it's cooling, just like leaving your fridge door open, the same thing. You're going to melt, everything gets wet. And then when you go close your freezer later, it all freezes up. So that's one of the fixes for it with this kit. And they did that when I had this thing under warranty. But we all know Samsung needs to just give everybody their money back on these stupid things. So if you got one, I'm sorry. We're all stuck with them. So that's pretty much my video here. Again, all that ice. See right now, see how it's freezing right now? If I were to, I can show you. Here, watch this. I'm going to put it in defrost. So let's put this back into defrost, and I'll show you how that coil that's freezing will now turn off when I put it into forced defrost. Okay. Oh, wait. No, wrong one. There you go. Oh. FD. Come on, baby. Okay. All right. RD. FD. Now, that coil, let's give it a second. You'll see it. Now that it's in defrost, it's going to start heating up. So if I let this thing run for a while, eventually that ice in the back will start melting out. But this is just a simple way to kind of help it. I mean, a blow dryer will make it go faster. Yeah, you get it done quicker. But if you do this periodically, pull this out, check your ice tray, make sure you're sealed on the bottom on this whole corner here. Make sure your door gaskets are all sealed. Make sure that your ice tray's tucked in all the way, because the goal is to not let the hot air in the fridge get pulled into there. You can hear it going. Yeah, it's heating, baby. Yeah, you can see it getting. See. So right now the defrost is on, and it's melting this ice away because it's in defrost mode. So that's one of the things too, is if that fan back in the very back there, if you were to pull off that whole drive assembly, and literally it just pops right in. It just, that little clip on the bottom, pull it up and slides out. I just did this on Saturday for a customer and cleaned it all up. They were like, "Whoa, it works!" Hell yeah, it works. You know, but then again, their ice maker, theirs was bad. It was like ice because it hadn't been thawed out for like 3 years. So see how it's getting kind of wet now? It's melting away because this defroster is turning on. So you get that all out of there. But back inside there, there's a little cooling fan, and inside this window, that's where the airflow comes into here. So if that thing's blocked, which it is now, in fact, after I get out this video, I'm going to put it back in and clean that out right now, because we want airflow to get through there. So this is kind of the fix and how to take it apart and clean it, just so you guys know. So I know I said I would do that in the last video, but because my first video got a lot of advice and help from people, or I helped a lot of people out, you know, here's some more help for y'all. So please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put some more videos up, doing more things. If you guys have, I have the full technical manual on this thing. I don't know if I can send it through YouTube or whatever. You can find it online. Just look up your model number and then type in service manual. It'll have everything on there. This fridge and this style, I was able to find it. I've had some people say they can't find the manual online, but I found it. I got it. There's some websites you can go to where you join their service memberships for you know, manuals and troubleshooting books for different appliances. So hope this video helped you guys out. I'm gonna turn this baby off and get out of it. The ice maker that's in this one now is the new one. I can show you. The part number I got on this is the DA97 15217A. This is the newest one that Samsung came out with, and the other fix was sealing the inside box. So again, you can see it in there in that light. You need to seal this whole area on the inside all the way back, because where it sits up, where the cabinet, where this box sits to the wall, that's where your air gets pulled in at, you know. So again, we want to put this thing back, kind of show you real quick. I know this video's been taking a little bit. Okay, so say I got this thing all put in. So when you put this baby back in, you plug your jack in for this. Okay. This guy here, you got your, make sure your ice maker's not frozen up. There's nothing in there. So you get inside, open the bottom. So the freezing coil sits inside this channel right here. So when you put it in, you want to be careful. So you go in like that, put it up in. Remember, don't break that sucker. Otherwise you gotta buy a new fridge. That's not on me, that's on you. Okay, goes in like that. Okay. And then up in the top, there's clips. Locks it in. Once you get that in, boom. Put your screw in right there, boom. Plug your harness back in, done. And that's it. The goal is to get all the ice out. So clean it up, get it all out, make sure there's no ice in there. And then once you seal it, periodically check on it, make sure that it's not doing it. Because it's going to freeze up again. I mean, there's no point. There's no beating it. So unless you buy a new fridge. So, alright guys. Have a nice day. Also, make sure your gaskets are tight on this. So when your thing sits in there, that it's good. Yeah. Hope this video helped you guys out. Have a nice day. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Been liking it. Been getting a lot of subscribers lately, so it's cool. It's helping me out. And I enjoy helping everybody else in the world out. because that's what YouTube is. Resources for helping people. So, all right. Leave a comment if you want. I'll try and get back to you. I'm a busy dude, so thanks. Have a nice day. Peace.